What's gone wrong for Marcus Rashford? Every single football fan loves a homegrown talent, somebody that's grown up around the area, somebody that's came through the academy system. This should have been a wonderful relationship, footballer that Man United fans could cherish, be proud of, but yet it's absolutely went south. Look, Marcus Rashford is one of the highest profile players in football, in fact in the world. Now I actually think you should separate the Marcus Rashford off the pitch and the Marcus Rashford on the pitch. I don't want to talk about the off-pitch situation. We should only be talking about his performances that we see on the football pitch. Whatever he does in his personal life, that is up to him. He's allowed to have a life. But when he first broke through at Manchester United, this kid had a lot of potential. This kid had the world at his feet. All he had to do was show the right attitude, show the right character, and I'm sure every single fan would be able to build that connection with him. Even if he wasn't putting up the numbers consistently, I actually think the right body language, the connection with the fans, showing the right desire, showing the right hunger on the pitch, the fans would have given him a lot of leeway. His best Premier League season came in 1920, where he scored 17 goals, provided 7 assists. He almost matched that in the 22-23 season, where he scored 17 goals again, but only provided 6 assists. And he's only ever hit double figures in terms of goal scoring in one other Premier League season. And now there's a lot of speculation that he could leave Manchester United. And the reason why I want to separate Marcus Rashford on his off-field choices to his on-field choices is because his trips to New York, his trips abroad, that should not be highlighted in the media. That actually annoys me, because do you think for 1 second Manchester United as a club don't know where he's going? They obviously agreed to allowing him to go out on holiday. When he has the time off during international breaks, if he's not with England and he gets a time off, he's free to do whatever he wants. So it actually annoys us when the media get on his back for having trips away, because you're living in cuckoo land if the football club don't know exactly where he's going and exactly what he's doing. So I want to address his performances on the pitch, and I'm going to look at some numbers from 2022-23 season to 23-24 season. So the first and only thing that should concern the fans is the performances on the football pitch. On the eye test, they have not been anywhere near the quality this boy has. Look at his attributes. He's actually got really desirable attributes. Pace, powerful, he's explosive, he's technically very good. The way I say this, looking from the outside in, is everybody needs to take some accountability. Marcus Rashford himself, because only he can pick himself up. Only he can put the work in, put the effort in, make sure he's bettering himself every single day. When things aren't going his way, at least you work hard. That's the bare minimum as a footballer. So he needs to take full accountability for his performances on the pitch. However, I do think the fans need to take some accountability. And I know people won't like us saying this, but I think Marcus Rashford cares about the club so much. This loss of connection between the fans has actually made him depressed. And when you're not happy in your environment, you don't perform to your maximum. Now, I do think the club need to also take some responsibility, because the environment they've created, the personnel that they've put around them, the shambolic recruitment is not helped Rashford. So every single thing needs to take accountability. But I do think the main source is Marcus Rashford himself. I think even when things don't go well on the pitch, because everybody has an off day, you still put the work in, you still be hungry, you still be aggressive, you still fight for every single ball, you still try and create, try and make things happen. And his body language tells the full story that he doesn't want to be on that football pitch. And it's an absolute shame, I can't lie, because like I say, from a footballer's perspective, everybody's dream is to play for your hometown club, especially be the main man, be the guy in the limelight. You want to be that guy. Marcus Rashford had the opportunity to be that guy. He was given a bumper deal after his season when he scored 17 goals in 2022-23 season. Over 300 grand a week. That is absolutely insane. So if you can't do the bare minimum for that amount of money, I'm sorry, I totally understand where the Man United fans are coming from. But the reality in all this is, if he does leave, I'm sure it would hurt Man United fans, because the reality is everybody loves him. Everybody has a soft spot for Marcus Rashford, whether he's down or depressed or whatever. To see him leave the football club would be heartbreaking. Now, in the 2022-23 season, Marcus Rashford scored 17 goals with an XG of 15.4, so he's overperforming in his XG. And if you look at the season after, he scored 7 goals with an XG of 7.4, so he was 0.4 below his XG, but he still managed to finish at second top goal scorer in the Premier League for Man United. United. Now, I think it's quite important to look at the underlying numbers. In the 2022-23 season, he finished with 98 shot creating actions, and that was the second out the whole squad. And then again in the 23-24 season, he finished with 87 shot creating actions. That is third out the whole squad. Okay, that could just be a one-off. So let's look at these goal creating actions. Well, he finished with 14 Premier League goal creating actions in his twilight season. The season after, he only finished with 12, so that reduced as well. So let's look at his dribbling. Does he still have the hunger to beat his man? Well, in his twilight season, he finished top of most successful dribbles with 54. And then in the 2023-24 season, that again reduced to 48, despite still finishing top. So what I'm trying to say is his numbers have dropped, but haven't dropped that far. However, we need to be objective, and as a forward, Marcus Rashford is looked at the goals he scores, his output, his ability to be the difference maker, and going from 17 goals to 7 goals is a huge drop off. However, it's not just one season, because he's only scored 4 goals this season, despite being Man United's Premier League's top goal scorer. Personally, I think that tells you more about Man United than it does about Marcus Rashford, because Man United just aren't good enough. However, I'm a person that wants to view players from the eye test, not numbers, because when you watch Marcus Rashford, he's not a player that wants to create for his teammates. He's not a player that's busting along to get on the end of chances. He's not a player that's working hard to get back in possession. He's not a player that works hard to retain possession when he loses it. And you can't be annoyed with the fans for getting angry about that. Because like I mentioned earlier, the bare minimum he should be doing is running around on a football pitch. But this is a footballer that's 27 now. He should be coming into the twilight, the prime of his career. You look on the other side at Liverpool, you've got the likes of Mohamed Salah that's putting ridiculously high numbers up. Now, I don't think Man United fans are expecting Marcus Rashford to have similar numbers as Salah, because Salah is just a freak of nature. But we're just expecting more. Just to play devil's advocate a minute and just defend Rashford just for a second. Since his debut in 2016, he's had 7 different managers in Manchester United. So you're going to get sick and tired of a continuous new project, new rebuild. But when you watch him, it looks like he's had the life sucked out of him. It's just such a shame that it's turned out for this way. But I genuinely believe that the best course of action for Manchester United and for himself is to leave. There's been rumours that it's 35 million, 30 to 35 million, 40 million that Man United want for him. Probably so low because his wages are so high. Now, he can only leave the football club if you've got a wanted buyer. Now, I don't think Man United should sell him to the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, or anybody in the Premier League. We all know he's got quality. And in a different environment, in a new adventure, that might just bring out the quality in him. You never know, but it's not a risk Man United can take. Look at Jadon Sancho, for example. Stunk the gaff out with Man United. He's went to Chelsea. He started incredibly well. So I actually think if Man United do want to sell him, they should sell him abroad. And I actually think that could be better for Marcus Rashford himself, to get yourself out the Premier League, to go and experience a new culture, get out of the rut, the habit that you're in at the moment, and just get a new lease of life. Because I'm a guy that wants to see every footballer reach his potential, enjoy the life he's got, because he's been given a terrific opportunity. And I don't want any footballer to look back at this and say, could have done better. I should have lived that moment more. I should have enjoyed me football more, because that's what will happen. Once his career's over, you'll regret everything he's doing at the moment. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think's went on with Marcus Rashford? What do you think he should do next? Do you see a future at Man United? Personally, from the eye test, he looks zoned out. He looks uninterested, and that's such a shame for a footballer to get in that circumstance. So I want to hear your thoughts. Where do you think his future lies? And if you were in Man United's shoes, would you sell Marcus Rashford? But as always, I appreciate you watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another episode. And until next time, I just want to say thank you very much.